right. Now we can voice test in the chat. How we doing?
I'm doing good.
How you doing? Whitney? How's the chat doing? How's both of our voices? That's the key. Chicken needs to go up. All right.
Chicken goes up.
Chicken is going to go up to 153. All right, talk now.
Talking now. Sounding.
How's that, Mr. Puppet?
Mr. Puppet.
It's good to be back on a play-by-play, maybe up a little bit more. All right, we will go up some more. And I'll also move this up some on OBS. All right, how about now? Talk. Let's get some chatter going. What are your thoughts going into this first game, though?
I feel like this is going to be a real bloodbath, real quick, real early. Honestly, I feel like the Serpents are going to be able to tee off against this Angels pitching staff, and it's going to be ugly.
Dean, it was probably, I think, just before the postseason is when I did a stream. I did a last second kind of stream at my new house. I moved in the end of September, so it was sometime.
Oh yeah,
sometime
you
in October.
You casted the last time Bombers and the High Rollers played in the regular season.
Yes, correct. Because that was
like
what
1-0 game.
So what was actually funny was, the first game of that stream, Angels at Serpents. So we're gonna hop right into it and get right in it. So I didn't have to change much when it came to getting into the side scorer panel on the right side of the screen here. But Whitney, we also get to see Murph Kelly in a brand new uniform after being with the ball players. And this is also like the first true season I think that we'll see males on an Angels roster. Angels sporting the Color Rush light powder blues.
Yeah, I think this is first start, like a first male start for the Angels.
I believe so, and it is former MVP Murph Kelly. And he's going to find himself a base hit up the middle. Game down a little bit. You got it. We'll go this route. Turn it down just a tad. Let me know how that is. And that'll bring up Monica Elmenreich. We have Rimur. I don't even know. I'm not even going to try saying this name. Naofumi.
Rimuru is
Rimuru Naofumi.
Didn't
Some of
pitch
these
a whole lot
names.
last season. Pitched 7 in third innings last year. Gave up 9 earned runs and 11.03 ERA with a 1.5 WHIP.
And she's struggling here as she gets a full count but just misses.
I think she was mainly a relief pitcher, then got sent down to the minors.
99 miles an hour on that one. That one's hit to left. That's going to get down for a base hit. Runners go around third and head for home. Murph Kelly is in for the first run of season 8. And what is this? The Angels lead early, 1-0. Here is the rookie Roger Bedell, and he's going to find himself a single. That is a single-digit contact.
And he doesn't even throw home. Oh my gosh.
And it's 2-0 Angels. You said it would be a bloodbath early, but this is not what we expected. Here with no outs, top of the first, runners at first and second. And this one's up the middle, flip from Morrison to Hart, and they will turn 2. Runner advances to third, but they finally got those 2 outs they needed. And then get out of this ugly top of the first inning with Uno Dia, who's also quite low in the whole stat department, as I believe this is also an S8 player, right? Right,
yes.
Whitney? Yeah. And that's a strikeout, ends the top of the first. We head to the bottom half where we have Yeti Olsen, Kerry Hartz, and Zimbabwe. Not what I expected.
No, far from it, honestly.
And hard hit ball stopped by Murph Kelly. The throw in time.
Nice play.
For route number 1. Great play by the former MVP. Here is Carey Hart's Courageous Moth on the mound for the Angels. Angels don't have a great pitching staff. So Moth will have to go, I guess you could say, pretty far into this game to keep this at bay, unless the offense for the Angels just continues to show up.
Yeah, Moth was kind of left out to dry last season. A 21 ERA, 28 earned runs, and 12 innings pitched. It was just rough sailing for her last year. I think she actually negatively progressed throughout the year apart from aging.
Yeah, and looks like she is one of those pitchers that only has 2 pitches, a slider and a changeup. But she does have a high junk, so... And she finds a strikeout there. And here is Pete Zah, who's, more than likely going to have a run at the MVP race this season.
What, he's not keeping him in the minors?
That was just, that rigged situation, in spring training. It's a 3-1 count here to Pete Zah. And Moth finds a zone there. Full count. Runner will not be going. And it's a ground ball to first for route number 3. We head to the top of the 2nd and the bottom 3rd of the Angels order. Bailey Smith, also a new Angel.
Over from the Wildcats.
Coming from the Wildcats.
I don't remember what that trade exactly was.
Yeah, can't remember that one either, but it's a 1-2 count here to Smith. Can't find the zone. Yeah, there's a strikeout, another one. And I'm just gonna call her Fumi because it's a mouthful. So Fumi now will have this batter pop it up left side of the foul territory. And here is Sophie Noonmuller.
Yes, it was just an S9 second rounder for Bailey Smith.
Okay, so a future pick, and this one's going to be popped up to shallow right. And there is Jerry Briggs for out number 3. So a much better half inning for the Serpents. And here's big McLarge.
Yeah, Nia Fumi needed that quickly. A quick inning there to get that pitch count back to a manageable range.
Oh, shit happens.
There's the errors. That's what cost them the game in spring training against the Overdrafts. If Isaac said up me a little bit more as well, I don't know.
I shall do so.
Ooh, let's get by.
You are all the way up now.
All the way up. Surprising to see a few pass balls already from Donnie J. Teed.
Well, this one's up the middle.
Still has 61 fielding.
They do not test the arm. Big McLarge is, well, guess a bit too slow. Bases loaded now, nobody out for Carmel Apple.
Former Bomber.
Former Bomber indeed. Moth versus Apple, and this one's hit to Murph Kelly. This is perfect. Oh, it's not!
Oh my gosh!
They did get the out at second despite the drop, but not a double play. The errors will continue here for the Angels.
Man,
and
Moth
a runner.
Catch her.
Oh, almost caught stealing there. Jerry Briggs.
Moth cannot get any help from her defense. 3 errors so far this season behind her.
An insane start defensively.
No, Aggie. Donnie JT is playing catcher.
And a strikeout by Moth.
Smith is the designated hitter. No, it's 2 errors in this game. I was also including the error from spring training Elder.
2 errors so far by the Angels. Costly ones but Moth does find that other strikeout. Another one. That's 2 strikeouts in that inning. And we head to the third in the top of the Angels lineup, who gave Fumi a tough time to start this game.
1 error charged to the Angels. There should be 2.
Well, no. So no, actually, no, because even though it was dropped, they still got the out.
Gotcha.
They still got the out.
Yeah. But man,
but
could have been another 0 on the board.
Yeah, fielder's choice. Yeah, Puppet's right. It was fielder's choice, but still, that's a costly mental and it's a massive error, despite it not being a statistical error. That double play would have been crucial.
The second baseman, number 13.
And here is Ruby Green. Dexterez. And this one's going to get down the line. And the runner will head to third. The throw from Apple. Oh, not in time. Just under the tag.
Wow, man. Angels being gutsy tonight already.
Runners at the corners, 1 out for Roger Bedell. Once again, a rookie with single-digit contact and can't find contact there as he strikes out swinging. Brings up Emily Prentice. Lots of power on Prentice. See what she can do here facing Fumi with 2 outs. This one's going to be caught by Zaw, and he steps on the bag. And then this field is so whack, it looked like he was running into right field.
Clutch play there by Pizza, saving a run.
Big time would have had a little bit of cushion for that Angels lead. 1-run lead for the Angels. Ma, 3 strikeouts so far and is ahead 0-2 to Hearts.
I'm not sure. Does Fumi have one? I don't remember her. She might have one.
I think she has one. I think she's got one. Another one by Moth. Strikeout number 4.
Not what I was expecting from Moth.
Yeah, not what I'm expecting either. 2 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts so far in 2 1/3. A tough out here with Zimbabwe. 2-2. Full count. Payoff pitch is on the way by Moth, and strikeout swinging. Moth
his second K of the day.
Clinic.
I think Jotley's in the minors for the Angels.
Jotley is on the bench, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's 3-1 the count to Pete Zaw, and that one's going to be hit. Stopped by Noonmuller. And no error there. A nice, flawless inning by Moth. As we head to the 4th, 2-1, Angels still lead.
Number 26.
That's down.
This one's going to be softly hit to left and going to be caught by Apple for out number 1.
The designated hitter.
And here's the talk of the Twitch chat, Bailey Smith. Yes, Noonmuller is batting 9th.
She is the first baseman.
Yes. And there's a strikeout of Bailey Smith. Brings up Donnie JT, who is tense.
Yeah, those pass balls really starting to eat him up a bit.
Which basically puts his contact at 0. 1-2.
Gonna take lessons from Kerry Reef.
Up in the zone, called strike 3. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Big McLarge huge.
Number 24.
This is where the Serpents need to get going. Big McLarge Hughes needs to start a rally for them offensively.
Yes, this is these next couple of innings, as you know, Moth approaching just over 60 pitches now, but McLarge huge with a little dribbler to second for out number one.
The big thing to notice is she's getting like just about ground balls all the time. Like, I'm not sure if the Serpents have really made good contact and really have put one into the outfield so far today.
Yeah, not much. Not making really any solid contact. Alfred Walker, though, finds himself with a full count. The payoff pitch from Moth is going to be fouled off into the seats for a free snow cone. And a strikeout by Moth. Mojo is up.
Oh my gosh.
Mojo is up by the courageous Moth. 6 strikeouts. Did not expect this. Solid contact by Morrison there, but it is foul. But there's the solid contact into the outfield.
Just out of the range of Dexterez there.
So runner at first. Go ahead run at the plate in Apple. And a pitch out. Looks like they're keeping an eye on the runner at first there. And find themselves with a 3-0 count. And Moth, 4-pitch walk. Mojo back down.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 12.
And here's Jerry Briggs. Big time at bat here with 2 outs. And 2 runners aboard.
Led the Serpents last year with 17 RBIs.
7 straight balls from Moth. And finally finds his zone. Back-to-back walks for Moth.
The center fielder, number
And we find ourselves with bases loaded for Yeti Olson.
Oh,
1-1 the count to Olson. This ball is hit to right center field. That will one-hop the wall. And 3 runs will come in to score. That is a bases clearing triple by Yeti Olson. And Moth has to be tense now. Nope, neutrals.
the
But
dam finally broke.
it has broke and she's about to be done. I call this probably her last batter.
Yeah, 87 pitches already here.
And this ball is going to be hit to left. That'll be off the wall as well. Another run comes into play. Okay, that one gets stuck on the wall. And an RBI double. There's the Mojo down to tenths.
now batting, the designated hitter.
5-2 lead now for the Serpents. Zimbabwe looks like he will be the last batter for Moth.
Now batting,
Decent arm on Bedell there to keep the runner at third.
now pitching,
And Lisa Louisville will come into pitch. Facing Pete Za. And they keep the runner honest at first. That's an easy steal. 3-1 count to Za. Oh, that was ball 4. He swings at ball 4. Pete Za. Watches that one. That one is ball 4. And we're now back to bases loaded. And we have batted around now, it seems. Big
Yes.
McLarge huge. Back
Had it
up.
around with 2 outs.
That's insane. Probably one of the craziest 2-out rallies we've seen in the SSBL. It's a 3-1 count to Louisville. And this one's hit to third. Dia with the throw and in time. However, Serpents find themselves with a 2-out, 4-run inning.
the first baseman,
And here is Sophie Neumuller. She is still tense from the error earlier on.
Yeah, just think about the butterfly effect that had. You know, that ate up a lot more pitches in that second inning, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
now batting, the shortstop, number
Here's Murph Kelly. 1 for 2 is Murph Kelly. Looking to get his team back into this one. Locked in is Fumi, and that one. Sheesh. A battle from Fumi and Kelly, and Fumi gets the best of Kelly with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball
Number 41.
That's her 6th
on the
K of the day.
hands.
Nope, that's inside. Nope, that's high.
2-1 here to Elmenreich, and she will lift this one to left center field, and Olsen will call off Apple for the 1-2-3 top of the 5th inning. Walker, Morrison, and Apple. Morrison got the rally going.
Third baseman. Number 77.
Alfred Walker 0 for 1 with a walk. The thing is who comes in next after Louisville? That's going to be the big question. I don't think Louisville will last too long.
Second baseman. Number
Your options are Kristen Vale at a 112 overall, Rainey Getty at 75, and Patricia Pinto, a rookie this year, at 134.
So, yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe Pinto. Maybe we see a little rookie action.
That or the game says screw it and brings in the starting pitching, which I wouldn't put it beyond the game.
No, definitely wouldn't. We do have 2 outs here. Louisville finds a strikeout and a 1-2-3, bottom of the 5th. Wow. As we're sitting here figuring out who's going to pitch next for the Angels, Louisville tells us to shut up and pay attention. And here is Ruby Green Dexterez.
That was a nasty screwball.
Fumi still locked in, just approached 70. And this one's a chopper up the middle. Hearts in time.
now batting the right fielder. Number 4.
And here is Roger Bedell. This one's up the middle. Hearts, though. It's a quick play.
Now batting the center fielder. Number
And here is Emily Prentice.
Steve Wright.
Prentice, a younger player, really needs to kind of take that next step for the Angels.
Is she a
Taken-
6 or a 5?
I was looking that up myself. She is a 6.
Okay, so still has a lot of SSBL ahead of her.
Hit 240 last season. And she strikes out there.
Strikes out, ends the top of the 6. Briggs, Olsen, and Hearts do up. They all have strikeouts. They have all struck out today.
For Prentice, that was a big problem with her last season. She racked up 13 Ks last season.
Well, there's one, at least. Quick out number 1 there. Here's Jetty Olsen, who had that RBI triple that gave the Serpents the lead.
Ball inside.
And this one's a dribbler to Murph Kelly. Easy play for him.
now batting
2 quick outs brings up Hearts, 2 for 3. A
Double and a single.
double and a single, exactly.
She's got some decent speed.
1-1.
We're still waiting on the first home run of season 8 officially.
That one's just over the bag, and Dia with a
Wow.
Dia tried. That was the hardest soft throw I've ever seen. She tried her best. That's all I have to say. And the runner is gonna go and caught stealing.
Bye-bye.
Caught stealing, and we head to the 7th. Lots of strikeouts here in this next 3 batters.
26.
Fumi, 83 pitches now. still locked in, and she'll remain locked in as this one's popped up to shallow center. Shortstop Hartz is there for out number 1.
The designated hitter, number 2.
And there's Bailey Smith.
Nope, inside. Ball low. Nope, nope.
A 3-0 count to Smith. And Smith hits this one hard as 3-0 count.
Is that Mojo or is that an injury?
That was Mojo. Mojo down for Bailey Smith. No injuries yet here in season 8. I'm gonna go ahead and knock on this wooden desk I have.
I don't know if it came through or not.
Oh, what a catch by Pete Za! Slice it up
Now batting,
for Pete Za.
designated hitter, number 13.
Zaw has a couple of really good plays today so far at first. He's kept a few runs off the board.
Louisville still in. That one's gonna sneak through. A mini bomber special on that one. Here is Pete Zaw, the defensive. He's been a defensive guy today, not much of an offense.
Oh,
As there is the stolen base there. Runner in scoring position now for Zaw. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. I think he's got 2 walks to his name, actually. And this ball is hit high, deep to right field, and off the wall.
oh! Bedell doesn't even jump for it. It's over. It's right above his head.
Bedell could have caught that one.
The catcher, number 24.
Nope, that's inside.
Least-
Okoma Kinox.
Right. Foul ball.
As Elder and others have told you in the chat, this is AI versus AI. This is a completely computer-controlled league. We run the teams as managers. We set lineups and whatnot. But we play the games through the AI.
And that's the last batter for Lisa Louisville,
Now batting,
who will come in to pitch for the Angels.
now pitching,
Kristen Vell. So I want to say Kristen Vell was a season 2?
Yep.
I think a season 2 free agent is what she was. Season 2 free agent Kristen Vell. And that ball is lined to center field, sliding as Princess. She does make the stop, but 2 runs. Oh, God. 2 runs do come in to score.
If she wasn't
Almost.
tense, she might have gunned him.
I almost ate my words on that one. And it's a 7-2 lead here in the bottom of the 7th, and it's just going to keep going. Bases loaded. This is I think the 4th or 5th time that the bases
at least.
have been loaded today for the Serpents. And Morrison putting on a clinic.
Steve Wright.
Oh, and that's not good. That's going to be a stolen, or actually a pass ball. Scores the run, and the runners advance to second and third.
It's kind of surprising from JT. I mean, he's not loaded in fielding, but I feel like he has more than enough to not be making these mistakes.
And infield playing in on that one gets right through him.
now batting, the right field.
And we are about to have looks like we might have our first double-digit
Nope, that's high.
game of the season.
That's low. Right. That's outside.
And this one's going to be lined to center field for out number 1. And there it is, run number 10. The first 10 spot
Center fielder,
of the year.
First out of the 7th.
Yes, that was the first out of this. What I believe now is a 5-run 7th inning.
now batting, the
And Hart's also putting on a clinic. 3 for 4, 2 singles and a double, as well as some nice defensive plays. This one's going to be lifted to center. Runners tagging at second. Will they test the arm of Prentice? No. They say no.
This was moreover what I was expecting for the whole game.
Number 13.
Kristen Vell struggling with the accuracy. As her accuracy is now blinking red, which is never a good sign for someone who already has low accuracy. Sliding once again is Prentice. Another run comes. Oh, safe. What? Safe at third, 11-2.
I think the throw took her off the bag.
Yeah, something. I don't. That was close play at third. Runners at the corners for Pete Zaw. And that one's gonna just bring in a couple more. $13-2.
The catcher. Now pitching. Number
And here is Rainey Getty. So we do not see the rookie.
Really interesting because, I mean, the rookie's almost twice as better as Getty.
Oh, that's inside. Strike three.
Well, Getty gets a strikeout though.
now batting. The first baseman. Number 2. Now pitching.
Here's a new pitcher, Pamela Green.
That's down. You're right.
Sophie being 0 for 2 today is a continuation of a problem that she had last year. She just could not get going. Ended up hitting 260 last year. Just a really surprisingly down season for someone as good as she is stat-wise.
There we go. Score on the stream is updated. 13-2. And here's Murph Kelly now batting from the right side, facing Pamela Green. Full count to Murph Kelly. He has probably seen the most pitches by any batter today.
Yes.
And he
still
strikes
base.
out once again.
The left fielder. Number 41.
I want to say it's his second strikeout. It's a hard hit ball. 1, 2, 3, go the Angels. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 13-2. And it's efficient too. 13 runs on
Yeah.
15 hits.
I wish I was tracking this. When was the last time the Angels had a base runner?
77.
I feel like we're in
It's-
a lot retired in a row.
Yeah, it's been quite some time. It's been quite some time. I don't think we've had one since probably the
I think
The f-
Dexter's has had a second base hit, and that was it.
Yep. So I think I think that was probably around the 4th.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
There's
Ooh,
out
that's a
number 1,
laser.
Leon Morrison. 3 singles for the guy. Can he find him a 4th?
You're right. Ball inside.
Thanks, Mubot. Perfect timing. He might. Oh, never mind. I thought Dia was a little bit softer on the throw there. I thought he was actually going to make that one.
Pinto is a closing pitcher, so that's why she hasn't come in yet.
Makes sense.
If they come in before the 8th inning, they get their 10th, I believe.
This one lifted to left field. Elmenreich is there.
Now batting. The second baseman. Number 13.
Oh, that's outside. You're right.
So is the lore here that Pamela here is the daughter of Sammy?
I think so. I can't remember if it's daughter or wife. I can't remember which of the two.
Strike three.
But there's a strikeout.
The right fielder, number 4.
Her second.
Now batting, the center fielder.
2 outs here in the ninth. First game of season 8. Is exactly how we thought it would be.
It finally.
It took a little bit to get there, but exactly how we expected. 13-2. And well, the game continues. So we find ourselves at a 2-out single,
Now batting, the third.
but we'll face the rookie Uno Dia.
I do like some of the players that the Angels did draft in this class. Uno Dia, I think Donnie JT. I think they got some good prospects, but they just need a chance to progress.
And there's the ball game. Serpents snag the win. 13-2 the final score. 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Angels. 13 runs, 15 hits, no errors. Serpents putting out the, his first game, so they're setting the bar high with a 13-run performance and the high of an 8-run inning. Let's go ahead and mark that one down.
I'm going to go on a limb and say we won't score a total. Well, the Gauchos might, but I'll go ahead and say it. We won't score 13 runs the rest of the night.
McLarchuge and Briggs, the only 2 Serpents to not find hits. They did walk, however. Dia, Smith, and Murph Kelly all with 2 strikeouts apiece. Zimbabwe with 2 strikeouts apiece. 10 total strikeouts for the Serpents pitching staff and just 1 walk. And on the other side, 8 strikeouts and 5 walks. Moth with a loss, but a great start. It just ended poorly. And another 3-1, another 3-1 ratio. And that's going to do it. Game number 1 in the books. Game number 2, Stingers, Wildcats coming up next. Don't go anywhere. SSBL live here on Twitch. Wrong one. Get some tunes going here. Exactly what I expected though from that game, Whitney.
Mm-hmm.
And
Am I muted or?
no, you're not muted. We're just chatting, seeing who else.
Do they hear us?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're just gonna go through this. Let's see, Stingers. Which this is one of my favorite. This is the thing about this matchup, in my opinion. No, you're muted. This matchup, it's it was mentioned on Jacked as well. Wildcats, this is their first true game at Bengata. So obviously transitioning from a smaller ballpark in Tiger Den to the largest ballpark in Bengata Bowl. It's going to be very interesting to see how the Wildcats adjust. And to be honest, this could be an absolute pitcher's duel.
Oh, I'm expecting. Yeah, Wildcats. It's going to be really interesting because a full season in Tiger Den last year, but they ranked 17th in average and 16th in runs scored last season, and that's in Tiger Den. And so moving to Bengata is a different. I mean, in some ways it's worse, but some ways it's better because the outfield is bigger, so maybe more hits can kind of get into the gaps. So since the outfielders aren't so bunched together, but also like being able to hit home runs and stuff, that's going to be harder since the fences are going to be easily deeper than they ever were at Tiger Den.
And we got ourselves the matchup of Gold and Jar. And we're also getting to see Jackson Moore the fourth.
Oh yeah.
On this Wildcats lineup. Got to remember that one.
I'm not gonna lie, I really at the time don't understand that trade from the Stingers' perspective. I mean, it does get them a prospect and a pick, but I mean that was by far one of their bigger bats, so we'll see how that turns out for them this season.
Just double checking here. Bengata Bowl. Yeah, good luck today, everyone. Lots of good games. I mean, that first game started off quite crazy. So that was, even though it ended up a blowout, still a great game for at least the first four innings. But here we are. We're gonna head to game number 2. Stingers taking on the Wildcats at Bengata Bowl, and let's get right into the action here. It's very interesting to see such a squad as a home, being a Skulls of Rock manager and not having someone at Bengata Bowl since the Unicorns before they moved to Shaka.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to get this into my memory.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 12.
And here's Dallas, Texas. Hard hit ball right at Sandy Bash. Quick 2 outs.
Sandy Bash to Bash Sluggington.
The Bash duo. And here's Matthew Kennedy. 1-1. The count to Kennedy. Anti-Jar. Can't find the zone there. 3-1 to Kennedy. Strike 2. He's swinging there, and that's a walk.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 19.
And here is Dank Highgrass. Can they get to Anti-Jar quick? Gonna need some base runners. Broken bat jam there. Bash Sluggington makes the catch. And we add to the bottom of the first. Henry Longshanks, Jackson Moore the fourth, and Whitney.
The left fielder, number 8.
Will be interesting to see if Pato Gold can keep up the performance from his absolutely incredible rookie season last year, where he put up a .76 ERA.
That's disgusting.
In 23 and 2/3 innings pitched.
That's disgusting.
Now batting, the
And also did not surrender a home run last year. Only 2 earned runs. Did have a little bit of trouble with the walks, a 17 strikeout to 13 walk ratio.
Jackson Moore finds the first base hit here in this contest. Also very odd to see him in a different uniform.
number 5.
99 miles an hour on that pitch to Whitney. That one's up the middle. So some slow rollers. While the Wildcats offense has a runner in scoring position now for Bash Sluggington. And that one was absolutely crushed, but foul. One, two. 2-2 to Sluggington. The runners are going. Double steal. Wildcats in a double steal. And this one's going to be blooped. Bomber special in the right center field. Matthew Kennedy is there, but can't get it in quick enough. And the Wildcats strike first here. It's a 1-0.
Number 12.
1-0 score. And this one will sneak through. 2-0. Are the Wildcats.
Now battle the center fielder, number 7.
Tense as pot of gold.
Already given up as many earned runs he did all of last season.
And Boppy Jimbo, RBI man, is in effect, so he's basically nerfed out of his mind, but he will pop it up to right field. Caught just in fair territory. The throw to third rolls in there.
The second baseman, number
Runners at the corners, 2 outs for Sandy Bash.
That's low. That's up.
2-1. Count even at 2. Check swing, but that's a ball there. And also got to keep in mind, Gold is over 30 pitches now.
And can't get out of it still. Yikes.
And we're now at the number 8 hitter in this Wildcat lineup, AC Milan.
Kind of unlucky for Gold is just 2 of the 4 hits he gave up just kind of went right back up the middle where just no one could get to him in time. They weren't really hard contact.
And strike 3, Milan strikes out swinging high and outside, and we head to the second, but the Cats get 2. That was a long first inning. And this one's popped up behind home plate. And there is Someday.
the left fielder, number 12.
Here is Yumiko Pendragon.
And Dragon was a lot of feast or famine last season.
And she will ground out there. And here's Manuel de los Santos.
I think the lone rookie that's going to be on this Stingers, at least starting 21-man team.
And he walks. So his debut here in the majors is a walk.
The third
And
baseman,
here's RB,
number 20.
the man, the myth, the legend. And he pops it up. And Someday has it once again. And we head to the bottom half of the second. And Someday, nice picture, Someday out there diving in her catcher's gear. Solid. Backhanded by Highgrass. Gold is there. Mojo up for Gold, so that's a positive if
That's
you're
big.
a Stingers fan. Need more quick outs like that. Ooh, just misses there. Ooh, another one just misses. And that's going to get over the glove of Dallas, Texas. And Mojo back down.
Easy come, easy go.
Number 19.
And this one's up the middle. Another hit for Jackson Moore the fourth.
Now batting.
And here's Whitney.
Number 5.
Oh, checks the runner but throws it in the dirt. But they're able to keep it close. And the runner stays put. 100 miles an hour on that pitch. This one's fouled off. This one is in play, but no attempt at that one.
Whitney not fast enough.
Yeah, not fast enough. 2-2 to Whitney. Full count. Runner's going. Oh, no!
Oh,
De Salsa.
Now batting. The first
That would have been an
That would have been
ender.
a double play to end the inning. How bad will it hurt the Stingers?
Would have been another double steal. Double play.
2-2 the count to Bash Sluggington. And he strikes out there. A massive strikeout for Gold.
fielder. Number 12.
And that's off the glove of Highgrass. 2 runs will score there. It's 4-0 Wildcats.
That go down as an error. That's a pretty hard hit ball. I'm not sure if that's an error.
Yeah, I don't. That's a close call. I'm probably gonna say no on that one. But
Highgrass
that's
was
rough.
79 fielding there at first too, and can't haul that in.
That's rough. We could probably be in the third inning, like bottom of the third by now.
Yeah, with back to like the errors from De Salsa and not an error from Highgrass. He
Oh,
did
and
jump
it
for
continues. This one's gonna roll to the wall. 2 runs will come in to score.
Now batting. The second baseman. Now pitching.
And Danny California comes in to pitch.
That was bad luck and just some sequence of unfortunate events for Pot of Gold tonight.
Yeah, like we talked about on Jacked, Stingers have never really had they've never been on the good side of luck here in the SSBL. RNG has never really been in their favor, despite even some of their the attributes of some of these players. I mean, Pot of Gold, one of the best pitchers in the league.
Oh,
And that one's going to get through. The throw from Pendragon is cut off by De
Oh.
Salsa.
don't think it would have gotten there.
Definitely would not have, but we would have
Weird
never.
choice to cut it off.
Now we don't know. We would have never known. Someday here
Whoa.
squeezes that one, and the runner's going to test Kennedy. The throw, not in time.
Jeesh.
And the
This is what I thought
runs
the
pop.
Angels Serpents game was going to be. We're in the bottom of the second inning. It's 8-0. The Angels put up a better fight against the Serpents. Like, what is going on? Definitely not what I expected from this game.
Yeah, it's a 2-1 count.
The Wildcats are exercising their demons of the last couple of years. and
Bomber
just being able
special
to
to
put
right.
the ball in the area where the defense is not. Like, just placing the ball perfectly.
Designated hitter. Number
Like, just, that's at least the third or fourth bomber special they've scored off of.
And
Just-
that ball
oh.
is jacked.
Oh.
And it just gets worse and worse. Jackson Moore, his 3rd hit of the game, now on fire. And I got to bring out the double-digit score.
Remember when I said we weren't going to score 13 runs the rest of the night?
Yep. And here we are. 12.
Whoops. Wow.
12 nothing here. Wildcats are putting on an absolute clinic.
Did not expect this. And we're in the second inning of game 2. Plenty of opportunities for those that run total to go up, especially with the Gauchos facing the Knights.
And a
in
rattled
Game 3.
California right now too. So this game's, I think we might even hit 20 at this rate.
Man, this is brutal.
Rattled Danny California.
That's the hit and miss with California. She's a fantastic pitcher when she's on, but if she ever gets slightly off, that tenseness eats away her accuracy. She doesn't have a whole lot to spare to begin with.
Hard hit ball to Zarbi, and he gets them out of it. What did we have in that one? A 10 spot.
Oh my gosh!
A 10 spot. I forgot what we started at.
One of the few 10 spots I think we've ever seen in SSBL history.
Yep, one of the few. And it's here on opening day here in Season 8.
And something else that is kind of like, at least early on, carry forward that I've seen is that, the Stingers didn't exactly set the world on fire offensively last year too. They were 16th in the league in average, hitting only .269. But did somehow manage to be top 10 in runs scored. I guess they were diligent in walking. They did draw, looks like maybe the second or third most walks in the league. But, walks, I'm not sure if it's necessarily something that carries over perfectly year to year, but I feel like average does. So that could be an issue.
Yeah. It definitely could. We have 2 outs already here in the top of the third in Dallas, Texas. Jackson Moore the 4th, though. 3 for 3 through 2 innings. Keep that in mind. He's 3 for 3 through 2.
I think that was Jar's first strikeout of the game.
California still in the game. Four hits, 2 walks, and a third of an inning.
I didn't track it, but how many of those runs came after the DeSalsa error and then the high grass misplay? Like, it might still be like a decent game at like maybe 4-0, I think.
I think, errors, man. It's like we talk a lot about pitching and walks and strikeouts, but I mean, like errors might be the underrated thing here.
Maybe one of the things we haven't observed so far in this patch is that maybe fielding and arm talent maybe has a bit more of an impact, because we have seen
that was after rattled, because she's probably below that at this point. There's not one.
I don't. A puddle.
Second hit by pitch.
Today or in this game? Because I know there was one in the first game.
This one's line to center field.
Oh my. I guess I missed the first one.
Well, if that's the case, then we're one away from
one away from the team down.
Yep, an all nerf.
Now pitching, number 20.
Disc-enormous. Oh my, that ball is absolutely crushed and off the top of the wall. So Ben got it
for a second there. The light kind of threw me for a loop.
Yeah, but Ben got it there though. That ball's out in any other ballpark, and here is Jackson Moore. And Jackson Moore finds himself another base hit, and the Wildcats now hold the current season high with 14 runs. Jackson is definitely mad about being traded. He is putting it to his team of last season.
6 RBIs for him already, and we're in the bottom of the third.
Now back, the first baseman, number 25.
Bash Sluggington has 2 runners aboard, 2 outs in this 15-0 ball game.
This has to be some of the most runs we've seen this early in a game in SSBL history.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
We've had some blowouts, but like we gradually have gotten there. We are in the 3rd inning and it's 15-0.
And luckily there, Dallas, Texas fields that one and keeps it at 15-0. Matthew Kennedy will lead it off for the Stingers. If I'm the Stingers, I just want to be able to put up a couple runs.
Yeah, fight, like show some sort of fight, just something positive to take from this game.
The Wildcats must be sponsored by Hot Shot. Because these little bees, these little Stingers are dead. And there's the first hit for the Stingers. First hit for the Stingers comes here in the 4th.
Yeah, just trying to show some sort of life, not just rolling over and taking it. You know, especially in the division that they're in, like run differential is going to be an important factor. And
down minus 15.
Minus 15 is not a great way to start off the season.
No, not at all. Especially not being a division opponent either. There's another base hit. That one will get down.
Yeah, that is the one redeeming thing about this game. If you're going to have a bad game, let it be someone outside the division. And take your lumps, but you gotta focus.
Yeah, but that's still a tough one to be down 15 in run differential to start the season. That's a tough one to climb back from too.
I remember, I think it was the Super Sim Classic, so not regulation SSBL, but I think it was the Unicorns that had a 10-run first inning against the Retrievers in that game.
I believe you're correct.
That's the earliest I remember having this many runs up on the board.
This is insane. And here we go. More Wildcats offense.
And also just from a pitching standpoint, like I was dogging on the Stingers in the preseason about not liking their bullpen, and so far Danny California Dixie Norms have kind of proven me right. They need to show some form of being able to eat some outs and being able to prevent teams from scoring.
Yeah, both California and Norms, a third. They were tense from just a 3rd inning pitch, both of them. I mean, California was rattled for just a third, but just to have that mojo already down and with just a 3rd inning pitch, that's brutal. 24 pitches here from Norms. And that's a hard hit ball caught by Zarbi. He throws it to first. Ambitious.
It's like Dan Beebe in Super Bowl 35, making Leon let fumble, like, not on my watch.
Right. Someday. That's a hard hit ball. But foul, 2-2. And a strikeout of Someday. And Zarbi Squash Pixel and ace to Salsa.
Number 20.
You slowed down on the K's in this game. Only 5 so far by my tally.
Oh, and an error.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 9.
Let's see if the Stingers can take advantage of that.
They have to. And that one's going to be up the
There
middle.
you go.
Past the glove of Whitney. 2 runners aboard, nobody out.
Now batting, the shortstop, number
Here's Ace to Salsa, the guy who basically caused all of this.
It was a slippery slope. It's like running off the top of the mountain in that one game from The Price is Right.
Yes.
You got to the peak and you just sheer cliff.
And he grounds it to second. Double play. Runner does advance to third, so 90 feet away from getting their first run of season 8. And it's a 0 for 2 Dallas, Texas, who grounds it to Whitney deep. But a throw by Whitney just in time. Let's also keep in mind that that's 15 runs on 16 hits.
the left fielder.
Talk about efficiency.
Oh, Marge makes a great point. Jackson Moore with the first home run of the season.
Yep, first home run of the season by Jackson Moore. And speaking of, here he is. Oh, the weak hit ball. I think Jackson wants to, get back on the bus. Get back to his home. Oh, that one's just fair down the left field line.
Now batting,
He came for vengeance, but he's over it already. Yep, he is. He is over it. And he won't play the Stingers unless they make the playoffs.
And like you and Fizek mentioned on Jacked on Saturday, Stingers have a game on Saturday against the Cyclones and then finish off week 2 against the Unicorns. They've got to turn this around quick because in an epic that's going to be this competitive, you can't start the year 0-3.
now batting, the right fielder,
Yeah, you definitely can't. That's for sure.
now batting, the first
Third
baseman,
strikeout for Jar there.
number 19.
I think this is her rookie debut, so
Oh, and that
Looking-
ball is hit deep to right, and there is the first run for the Stingers.
is that high grass, I think?
High grass with a nice shot. 461.
That was a missile.
Missile. Indeed. He's also now got the longest home run of the season at 461.
Coming for his sins. Wow, that home run brings Jar down to neutral. That's kind of brutal.
Oh, the strikeout, though, does not bring her back up.
Number 12.
I mean, she doesn't have a whole lot of Ks on the day, but I mean, she's been pretty solid throughout, and one mistake like that bringing her down, that's kind of a harsh mojo down.
Yeah, definitely a harsh mojo. But that's probably got it. We didn't see it, but I bet you that put her back up.
Yeah. I didn't finish the compliment, Marge, so don't put that evil on me.
And here's the new guy, Sawamura. Coming over in that trade. See what the lefty can do with his first game as a Stinger. And well, he gives up the base hit to start the bottom of the 6th.
Didn't have a whole lot of data on him for the Moonshots last year, but did pitch 9 1/3 innings, had a 2.89 ERA and a 1.18 WHIP, so a definitely good acquisition. He's had good history.
See what he can do here, facing this tough offense. It's not like this is not like it's facing Rizin pitching. This is pitching against some of the best pitching in the SSBL that this Wildcat offense is putting on a clinic against. That's something to keep in mind.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 17.
1 out, runners at first and second for Milan. And this one's going to be hit to right.
Now batting,
Runners at the corners.
number 26.
And the goal is 255. Yep. So I don't really want them to see them face, the likes of who we have. I mean, the Sparrows, for example.
And what the Liberty have in store. Well, that's the wrong
That's
conference.
the wrong
but
conference. I think Express. Is it? Yeah, it's the Mythic. So Mythic. Yeah, I mean, some of those younger squads. I mean, even if you stay within. Let me update the score. If you stay within the Epic. I mean. This is the Stingers, and I mean, outside the you guys and the Unicorns. I mean, I don't want to face the Wildcats anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the things I had mentioned. Oh,
This one's hit high,
enough?
it's hit deep, and it's out of here. Just over the wall in right center field, 414. And Longshanks makes this a 19-1 game.
and Longshanks has the speed. He's only a trip away from the cycle now. The Wildcats have been on the wrong side of history a couple times in blowouts. They're finally getting some revenge.
Jackson Moore strikes out swinging.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 16.
19-1 here in the 7th. Just makes me wonder what these next 2 games will be.
Yeah, no kidding.
Baseman, number 20.
Here's Zarby. That is correct. That is correct.
Yeah, 1 game out of 16.
Oh,
But it's, oh no, a gut shot.
Almost got him too. Oh no. So Jar is now rattled, but her fitness is good. So that's yeah, definitely got to take it and move on if you're the Stingers, especially in that conference that they're in. They definitely can't dwell on this one. As soon as that final out is recorded, they just need to move on to their next game. And it's a 2-2. And that ball is absolutely crushed, and that ball is out of here at 3 runs for the Stingers. 438.
So both Highgrass and DeSalsa making up for their mistakes earlier in the game at very least.
Now pitching.
And here's Botch Peppers Jr. replacing
Really nice.
Jar.
Really nice day, kind of sullied there at the end for Jar. End up getting tagged for all 4 through. I think we're 6 1/3 now.
Yeah, 6 2/3 now after that one. So 2-0 with the count here to Kennedy. 3-0. Peppers Jr. can't find the zone.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 19.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. This one line to left. Caught by Longshanks.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 5.
Whitney will lead off the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 the count. Junk is down for Mr. Sawamura. And a slow roller to Zarbi. Whitney hits it to Zarbi. And Zarbi gets the better.
Number 25.
Here's Bash Sluggington.
Not a great start for Sawamura this season. Got a the mojo for the Stingers. Bounce back and move on.
I mean, I think we're at an average mojo for the Stingers pitching staff of rattled. I'm just being honest here. And there's out number 3. Mojo back up. We head to the 8th. Garcia, Pendragon, and De Los Santos.
The catcher, number 3.
Garcia getting the starting spot behind the dish after the spring training she had. Going 4 for 4 in that game. Beating out Nabil Perez.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 12.
Yumiko Pendragon 0 for 3. One of the many Pendragons that have come through the SSBL. I think this is I think she's what, the 4th?
I've lost track at this point, to be completely honest.
I want to say there's at least the first 2 I think are retired.
Yeah, they were. Wildcats had 2 of them for a while. Don't you have 1?
No, I traded Pendragon away in the off season. I can't remember where I sent her, but Yumiko is somewhere, and then Yumiko is here, and then there's what's the one I traded? Fiona Behair.
Oh, that's right. I could never say her name.
Yeah.
Center fielder, now pitching, number 49.
And we're down to the final reliever. Here in the 8th. Yeah, lots of close games today, Hummus. Lots of close ones. And well, Ben Long stays consistent with the rest of that Stingers bullpen. Not starting off well.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 17.
This one skied into foul territory and just out of the reach. Yeah, no effort there. And it's a 1-2 count to Milan. And DeSalsa flips it to Texas for one double play.
There you go.
Dragon special.
Number 26.
Here is Someday. And she'll strike out. I want to say it's the second strikeout for Someday. And we head to the ninth, so no 20 spot for the Wildcats. We'll have to wait for another game.
Number 20.
2-1 to Zarbi. This game has been a long one. A long one.
Yeah.
Number 9.
I mean, so far we are an hour and a half through the stream, and I want to say this one's running probably around the 40-minute mark, 35.
That sounds about right.
It's on average, but it's felt longer. Just put it that way. It's definitely felt longer.
So do the Knights fight the Gauchos better than what we just saw the Stingers do? I think that's about to be a poll question. Or
Now batting, the
what's it
second
called?
baseman,
Where you
number
bet
12.
points? My brain just turned off. Prediction.
Say that again?
I figured it out. My brain decided to work.
Oh, you're good.
Will the
I had to remove my headset for a brief moment, and the Wildcats get their massive win. 19-4 is that final score. 22 hits for that Wildcat squad. And we look at that. I mean, everyone getting hits today. 10 RBIs between Longshanks and Moore. That's incredible. That's incredible. You just want a good 6-5 game to watch. Yeah, I'd love for that one. We're gonna look at the pitching real quick. Just 6 strikeouts for the entire Stingers squad, and well, same for the other side, but less pitchers. 2 home runs given up by Jara, though. The most innings, 2 1/3 from Norms. That's rough. That is rough.
yeah, no matter how you slice it, that was brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Brutal. What were the earned runs on that? Only 2 earned runs though for gold. Just keep that in mind. And actually, Sawamura had the most. So all of those were unearned.
Yeah, I mean the errors really
10
what derailed it.
unearned runs. Wow. We head to game number 3. Gauchos taking on the Knights. We'll get into that one relatively quick. And now I just can't believe that we just had that blowout. After game number 1, that was a mess of a game.
That's what I thought game number 1 was going to be. Like,
Likewise.
it's just crazy.
So, Gauchos taking on the Knights. Which you'll see something. Obviously, these away uniforms are the deemed color rush. I just used 2 colors for the main, like the actual jersey portion. But the Knights, I went back to a classic look for their home. That's the only other team that I touched. That's the only team I touched for a home uniform, by the way.
To put this into perspective, the Wildcats didn't score 19 runs last season until their 5th game.
Wow. little bit of nighttime action at Swagger. Just pull up that game votes. We have Stevens versus Hurley. Ooh, boy. Oh, boy.
The bats are there, like Marsh is saying, but the bullpen is a sight to behold for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, you're just gonna want Fellows to come out of the pen, and that's kind of it. I mean, even that's not great, but
Yeah.
like, still better than. I mean, the accuracy on Meal is not good.
No.
So yeah, you basically want, which I'm surprised Jack Undermeyer is still in this league. Yeah, you want Lacey.
Really shouldn't be.
You want Lacey Fellows to come in, if you're a Knights fan. All right, we're gonna go ahead, hop into this game. Stevens versus Miles Hurley, Swagger Center, and it's nighttime here in the SSBL. Thanks for everyone that has tuned in so far to these insane games. We're now up to what, 15 and 23, so 38 runs in 2 games.
38. Yeah, and most of those scored by the home team.
Number 3.
32 runs by their home team. Miles Hurley. And what I mean by going back to a classic look, bringing back the whites
Yeah.
that the Knights had seasons ago.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 26.
You know, it was the Knights that pushed the Gauchos to the brink of elimination. I think it was the wild card series last year. The Knights won game 1, but the Gauchos able to eliminate them, winning games 2 and 3.
Yeah, the Gauchos were in their color rush of the blue and white. So to be honest, Marge, that's the color palette that I chose for the Gauchos when I created them, was the Dallas Cowboys. So you're right on track. Right on track with that.
Number 10.
And Jay Watt, what a guy.
Watched Whitney last game, now Jay Watt this game.
Right, Jay Watt making his well, no, he made it last year and got intentionally walked on a 3-0 count.
He had an injury call up during the season, yeah.
Yeah, and okay, that one's hit, but foul. That one did have the distance. It's a 1-2 count.
Because I always scroll past it in the clips channel when I'm going back.
Yeah, Marge will be best at answering that one. I can't remember if that was.
Man, he is checking on that runner.
Yeah, that runner, lots of speed at first.
Oh yeah, and this is Vinny Bates, who has no arm and no fielding.
Okay, we're gonna have probably a steal of third. Let's see how many stolen bases happening in this game as Jay Watt draws the walk. And here's Brutus Banger, former Bomber. Love the hair.
Yeah, yeah.
Hard hit ball. And it's a 2-1 count to Banger. 3-1. Miles Hurley can't find the zone, and that's another walk. Oh boy.
Here's the spring training MVP.
Spring
Offensively.
training MVP. It looks like opening day, it's just about to be blowouts. Yeah, both they look good on paper and obviously
Walk to run
in the game. Yeah, and this is gonna be one of those seasons for the Knights, and a beanball to add to it as I'm updating the score. And we have backyard baseball legend Ernie Steele.
One of my favorite players to have in the backyard sport games.
Uh-oh. Double play gets him out of it. So unlike unlike previous games, well, actually game 1 was very similar with the Serpents. Serpents could have given up more, but only gave up the 2. So let's see what this offense can do. Ding dong. Grounds it to Billups. Billups the throw, not in time. Dong still has speed.
Billups has to be one of my favorite players that's not on my team.
How many backyard baseball players are in the SSBL? I mean, over time, there's been probably, I'd say at least 15. I try to throw, I think this past draft was the only one that I didn't put any in as names. We have the Webbers, we have Ernie Steele, we had Pablo Sanchez, we had Pete Wheeler at one point. He retired relatively quick.
Yeah.
Stephanie Morgan is somewhere in the league, I think, still.
Yeah.
So probably 10, I think. There's probably 10 total. Del Vecchio is in there as well.
Oh, yes.
On the Stingers. Obviously we transition to drafts every year. Or every season, so I slowed down how many I actually put in towards the last couple of seasons. I trimmed it down so much that I actually put 0 in, like I mentioned. So here's Kenya Weist. We have runners at first and second, 2 outs. Can they find themselves some runs here? 2 outs, 2 aboard, and an 0-2 count. Strike 3, Weist strikes out swinging.
And they struck out the side.
And here's Billups. Sopa Pia Billups. This one's going to be hit into the gap. That'll be extra bases for Billups. He rounds first, heads for second. Would have been pretty close, honestly, headed to third. But obviously a little too risky there with no outs. Neon Dion. One, 2 to Dion. A strikeout for Hurley. And we're back to the top of the Gauchos lineup. Miranda Biscuit. Popped up, shallow center. Caught by Andy Gibbon. Probably one of the best defenders that we've seen in SSBL history, honestly.
He has a wide highlight reel worth of defensive plays that he's made in his career.
Yeah, it's when you think Andy Gibbon, you don't really think offense. You definitely think defense. And if there is an all SSBL, like just strictly defense squad, then you're gonna go with like Andy Gibbon at second base. You might have to throw Daquan Smith over at short or something, just because he also was more known for his defense rather than his offense. Speaking of offense, let's see what the Knights can do here with Shaz Leathers. Well, he'll ground it to Billups for out number 1. We'll find ourselves with Rock Back, an absolute legend in his own right. I mentioned this numerous times, just how historic this franchise is. Knights having some household names. Rock Back, Andy Gibbon, Ding Dong, Haley Angeles.
Yeah, Angeles returning to the starting lineup after losing her spot to Duke Town last year.
We also have to remember that Vinny Bates is not an original Knight.
Really? I've forgotten that, I guess.
I had forgotten, but I'm pretty sure he originally started with the Wildcats and was traded. Could be wrong, but I'm almost certain that he was originally a Wildcat. Might want to check the roster movement channel for that one. J. Watt hits this one to left.
Put it in now.
Now batting the first baseman, number 0.
It was like a very early trade, that's for sure.
Wildcats Knights. Wildcats receive Peach Dropkin and Sabrine Sample.
Yep, that is the
for Vinny Bates and Russell Stone.
so the notorious rigged clip of no longer trading or no more trades or whatever by Zarby, the Peach Dropkin trade. That is that.
Well, I thought that was. Oh, but that is them going there. For some reason, I thought that was tied to her going to the Retrievers.
It might have been, but I could have sworn there was like a he maybe it was a different clip, and this one's gonna score a couple of runs here for the Gauchos. Pretty sure it was a clip where he said he was done with trades or something like that, and then he ended up trading.
Don't think it's going to be Peach Dropkin, and then
Yeah.
she was traded like I think 24 hours later.
Yeah, 4-0 is a score here. It's a low-scoring game. Low-scoring game, 4-0 is the score. And a strikeout, Hurley.
His third.
Third strikeout for Hurley brings up Ernie Steele. I basically take it that Ernie Steele, as tall as he was in the backyard games, he really wasn't that tall. It's just everyone else was short. Stolen base there. They're going to do that all season long.
Oh, yeah.
Another walk.
Now batting the shortstop.
Here's Billups.
I do hate the MLB shift rule for it. I just think it's a really kind of cowardly way to like get rid of it. Like it feels like it's afraid of intervention in the game.
Five nothing.
Now batting the center fielder, number 5.
Gauchos put up 3 in the third, and we head to the bottom half.
Now batting
Knights still scoreless.
number 17.
Haley Angeles, one of the, for the Knights, probably one of the, probably has the most highlights from a postseason perspective.
Oh yeah, she was probably going to be the MVP for the Knights if they had beaten me in season 6. Like she was fantastic that year.
And Ding Dong will strike out. Brings up Andy Gibbon. But so many robbed home runs within her career, and a lot of them in the postseason. And then randomly, I want to say, I can't remember which season exactly, but she came out of nowhere in terms of the offensive side. Batting at the bottom of the lineup, but putting on an absolute clinic.
Yeah, that vaguely is familiar to me too.
Can't remember if it was season 3 or 4, but it was definitely one of those. Yeah, definitely not a bad bet on the Knights.
Designated hitter, number 26.
That's 2-1. And that ball is absolutely crushed, but that one's foul. And Tailwind with a full count. That one's going to get by Bates.
Now batting, the second
But he's just going to walk it on to first. Probably could have made it to second with Bates' arm. And this one's going to be hit to right. That should be caught by Dong. And it is for out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Here's Banger. 2 walks for his day to start this season 8 here. 82 pitches for Hurley though. So it's almost time for hopefully Fellows.
Uh-huh.
We'll see what the AI wants to do.
Third baseman,
They're a name for 3 walks in a game.
Arms Mill.
Oh, a walk per arrow.
Oh no.
Is that gonna bring him a run?
No, it was just shy of bringing home a run. Just shy. Oh no.
now batting, the right fielder.
All right, guys, sit back, relax. And enjoy the rest of this game. This one's gonna be hit to center. Luckily, there's defense. You know, unlike the game 1 with the Angels. Luckily, despite not having the pitching, there's at least defense to back up this rotation.
Uh-oh.
Oh, an infield hit
Now batting,
brings up Sacred.
hitter, number 21.
Yeah, a couple of Sacred being one of them. A couple of S4 pieces that are still left on the Knights. Probably couldn't turn them for a lot, but maybe some mid-season trade pieces for the Knights to get maybe a couple more prospects out of.
Yeah,
if someone is
absolutely.
in the need of a bat.
Absolutely. Yeah, Sacred's definitely a good one. I mean, so is Weast. I mean, Booth is. I mean, those 3 are definitely some. If you need to beefing up, add a little bit of depth, I guess you could say, late in the season. Wow. Okay.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 9.
Here's Billups. A dribbler, Weast, is there. See, that's what I'm talking about. The defense is at least there behind this pitching staff. Otherwise, it would not be pretty.
No blow up so far, but I will say in making this Knights lineup, I know that the defense is not solid. Like, I think Gibbon has no arm anymore.
We'll see. Eh, not bad. Not bad. I've seen worse. Let's just put it that way. I've seen worse.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 25.
See what Shaz Leathers can do. 1-2 count. Two, 2. And a strikeout of Leathers.
5 Ks for Stevens.
Here's Rock
6
back.
on this one.
6 for Stevens. Puppet has returned.
You want to make sure he got back in time to watch his favorite team in the next game. I know how much he loves the Bombers.
Oh yeah, and Rock back with a base hit up the middle. And here is Vinny Bates, nominee for Catcher of the Year. If this was season 2.
When pass balls weren't a thing.
Right. I think that's crazy. It's crazy that, you know, like it's been so long since, obviously, since we've played on 2, and the fact of not having pass balls is like, what?
4 was the last year on 2, right?
Yep. Strikeout of Angeles. We have so this is now the season, the same season now, in terms of total. I'm playing split 50-50 on each game.
Equilibrium.
Yep. Which is crazy to think about. And Dong strikes out again. Another strikeout. I think that brings it up to 8 for Stevens.
Yep. See if the Gauchos offense can actually put up a big number here.
And this one's going to be hit to left. Back is Angeles, and at the warning track, caught.
I'm kind of died. That
Yeah.
one looked pretty good off the bat.
Definitely sounded good. And here is Samir Tailwan, who he's hit one that sounded good, but well into foul territory. See what he can do here in the 6th inning with a 3-1 count in his favor. He walks.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 10.
DDC just caught
Welcome,
the score.
DDC. Welcome, DDC. The Cats absolutely destroyed the Stingers. It was nuts.
It was pretty bad.
They put up 10 in the 2nd. And Vinny Bates misses his cutoff man there. That one's just on the line.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 0.
Now, I guess it's appropriate that Brutus Banger has walked 3 times. 3 BBs to BB.
Two, 2. Uh-oh.
Oh, that is nowhere close.
3-2. Will he get his 4th walk? Nope. He'll pop it up into the infield, caught by Emil.
Now batting, the third baseman, number
And here is Athena Hex. 2 walks to her name. I'm very curious what the walk total is. I'm very curious. And they'll add another run.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 40. Now pitching,
There's Lacey Fellows.
47.
No, Bates is not going to throw out a single person. If they do, there needs to be investigation.
Another walk.
Now batting, the catcher, number 5.
brings up Ernie Steele.
Oh, I thought that hit him. I don't know how that didn't hit him.
And
Bases
we
loaded.
just keep adding.
Number 9.
2 walks for Fellows. Bases loaded for Billups. But an 0-2 count. Hard hit ball to Rock back. They get out of the bases loaded jam with only 2 runs given up.
Now batting, the second baseman, number
We're still in a single-digit lead.
Even though, like, as we were mentioning, facing a really, I mean, the bats are still there for the Knights and has racked up 8 strikeouts through 5 innings. That's nothing to sneeze at.
No, not at all.
Oh,
And Stevens is out.
maybe he should have sneezed at it.
now batting, the center fielder. Now pitching, number 43.
Stevens is
First injury
gone
of the year.
with a body contusion. And that ball is crushed to center.
All right.
.446 feet by Levi Booth.
I did straight up curse that man, didn't I?
You
I
straight up
sentenced him
did.
to death.
We're
Holy
gonna have to
crap.
put that one on Jacked. Fysack versus Whitney. Who is the bigger jinx?
Is Lily Pad the player you had in the minors last season, Marge, that didn't come in at all?
Now batting, the third baseman, number 20.
That was Hai Chu, who was traded to the ball players. Okay.
Runner at
Lots of
first for Weast.
She is tense.
And that's out number 1.
Now batting,
Brings up Shaz Leathers.
number 25.
Ooh, just finds his own 2-1 the count to Leathers. Fouls it off 2-2. And uh-oh, Bomber special diving is Jay Watt. Almost makes the catch.
Now batting, the shortstop,
Watt absolutely flew.
He tried, which is more than we can say for some people so far.
Right.
tonight.
Rock back now. Runners at first and second with just 1 away. Hard hit ball over the glove. And that one's going to roll to the wall. 1 run comes in to score. 7-3.
the catcher, number 13.
And here's Vinny Bates.
So far, the Gauchos kind of being
Ooh,
haunted
off
with
the
what they were
end
last
of the
season.
bat. And Bates
Ooh.
grounds into the double play. Run will not count, and we're still
Now batting, the center
a
fielder,
grand slam away.
number 5.
That was a clutch double play that Bates couldn't beat out to at least let the run count.
Fellows 2 walks through a third. More walks than outs. And oh, tied now.
Now batting,
As Dion gave her a little look at the end of that one. Dion not happy. With that strikeout, Fellows falls behind quickly. Payoff pitch to Biscuit is up the middle for a base hit.
Nice night for Biscuit so far.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Brings up Tailwind, 0 for 2, 2 walks. You know, obviously the 2 walks are nice, but for your DH spot, 0 for 2. Now 0 for 3, but no, well, yeah, still 0 for 2. Fielder's choice there.
Second baseman, number 10.
2 for 3 is Jay Watt, 2 doubles. And a dribbler to Weist for out number 3. Bottom of the 7th, 7-3, and we have 9-1 and 2. Ding dong. 2 Ks. These the 9-1-2 hitters are combined for 4 strikeouts today. Half of them coming from Ding Dong. This one's lined to center field. And that one is out of here.
Thought Dion had a good beat on it, but it was out of his range.
Just a bit high for Dion, and Angeles cuts the lead to 3. And now it's Poodle Starfire.
Let's see if a year of age can kind of turn the tide here for Starfire and some of the other last year's rookies, Starfire, Octagon, because this was kind of the Gauchos' MO last season. They could have leads early, but the pin just couldn't hold them and cost them a lot late. Trying to avoid a similar fate here.
Ding Dong on first too. Andy Gibbon. 2-2, the count even here for Gibbon. Swing and a miss, another strikeout, I believe, for Gibbon. That brings up Levi Booth. He homered his last time up.
Former Gaucho, I believe.
I believe so, yeah. Check swing, 3-1 the count to Booth. Full count. The pitch from Starfire fouled away. We'll try that once more. Up the middle, another hit for Booth. And we're in one swing territory.
Oh my.
Here in Swagger. And it's Dave Sacred. And his contact versus right-handed pitching is on. One, two, the count to Sacred. It's a big at-bat for both squads. Stop by Billups, the throw in time.
Ow.
What a play by Billups. 2 runners in scoring position. And an 0 for 3 Kenya Weist, who is 10th at the plate.
What a play by Billups.
Oh, swung way too late on that one. Check swing. Full count, payoff pitch. Strike 3. A nasty pitch. Fools Weist, and runners are left stranded. Brutus Banger. 0 for 1. 3 walks. 1, 2. Oh, he'll strike out there. So another strikeout, I believe, for Fellows. What was that, 2?
Yes.
Yeah, 2 Ks now for Fellows. And here's Hex. The hard hit grounder. That was that was
That was low.
that one. Oh my. And this ball's hit well. And that ball is out of here, and we add 2 runs to the lead.
Some breathing room there.
Absolutely, some breathing room for Marge and Co.
Now batting, the catcher, number 5. Now pitching, number
And Jack Undermeyer, the oldest pitcher probably in the SSPL. I'm pretty sure he actually is. He's probably one of the oldest. I know he's a season 1.
Is he really? I thought he was an original Viking.
No. Jack Undermeyer was an original ball player.
Really?
Yeah.
Nero Bammer's still in the league.
Okay, so Bammer.
And Brock Hansen, he's in the bullpen for the Overdraft.
So
Overdraft staying true to form.
So still some season 1 pitchers out there. I know there's a good amount of season 1 bats that are still hanging around. But pitching wise, at least in the majors, Bammer is probably the best one out of all of them.
Yes, Bammer is 206.
now batting, the left fielder, number 3.
6th time through the lineup.
And we're here in the 8th. 9-4 is the score here at Swagger. And a grounder to Gibbon. He'll go to first. Get out, number 3. And we head to the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Chaz Leathers leads it off.
25.
Well, quick out number 1. Here's Rock back. The veteran with a 2 for 3 game so far. See if he can get his team within striking distance. Oh, a strikeout. Brings up Bates.
13.
Uh-oh, Poodle ahead in the count on Bates. And another strikeout. We head to the 9th.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
Tailwind 0 for 3 with 2 walks. Facing Jack Undermeyer, and he's going to find himself his first hit of season 8.
Gibbon tried. He probably would have made that play about a season or 2 ago.
Absolutely.
number 10.
Brings up Jay Watt.
And the Gauchos make it 3 for 3 in games with double digits.
That is true. Will we get there? Runner's headed for second. Go ahead, head for third while you're at it. Oh, never mind. Don't do that. Jay Watt
The first baseman,
out there 0 for 2 is Brutus Banger. Three walks for this guy. The Knights are going to implement something brand new this season, and that is a cutoff man for the catcher. Like,
Has to throw it to Undermeyer. Undermeyer has to like backhand it to.
yeah. And this one's
That gonna
blue.
special.
Oh, just past both gloves, and we have ourselves our third straight game with double digits.
Again, Gibbon from a year or two ago probably makes that play.
Absolutely. And
That one got there through the air. That didn't hit the ground.
a season or two ago, that also would have been a CS.
If it was the Season 6 Super Series, it would have been a CS.
That's not 16. Whoever had this double digit last had it at 16. It is not 16 to 4,
It's 11-4.
but it is
Another
11
RBI
to 4.
from Colin. I think he's up to 3 RBIs tonight.
Now pitching number 59.
Bottom of the ninth.
Fielder. Now pitching number 54.
Jebediah Octagon will come in and look to shut this down. And he'll shut Angeles down with a strikeout.
Fielder. Number 33.
14 strikeouts tonight for the Gauchos pitching staff.
Now batting the second baseman, number 2.
One out away from closing this game out. And one strike away is Octagon, and Gibbon stays alive. And there it is. The Gauchos are victorious here in game number 3. 11 runs on 13 hits. No errors. 4 runs, 11 hits for the Knights. 12 walks.
Wow.
15 strikeouts. 8 from Stevens, 1 from Pad, 4 from Starfire, and 2 from Octagon. And just 2 walks. 7 walks by Hurley, 2 from Mill, 2 from Fellows, 1 from Undermeyer, and Woodward. Well, he went a third of an inning and had a solid outing. Oh my. Lily Pad, though, giving up the 2 home runs. That's one thing that stands out there.
51 strikeouts to 30 walks so far tonight.
So game 3 in the books. We head to the final game of day number 1 of the season 8 opening day. Bombers, High Rollers. Is it time for Whitney to leave? Will we have a solo cast here in game 4? To be honest, I think out of all the games tonight, this should be probably the closest of all the games, and I say that now, but going to Red Rock Park. And who do we have? It's CDC.
It's Cast.
Yeah, Cassiopeia and Floston.
Ooh, deep breaths.
Yeah, same. A little drink.
Put my ring on for good luck.
Right.
I'd like to think, for both of our sakes, this should be the first game not going into double digits, but
Yeah,
we
it
shall
should.
see.
We'll definitely see. We'll definitely see. I'm very excited to see both squads. I'm actually really excited to see Tenda, honestly, Chicken Tenda, making his debut here in the majors. So here we are, game number 4, coming at you from Red Rock Park. And we have ourselves with Cassiopeia
Now back
versus Austin Floston.
number 89. No, that's high.
And a hard hit ball to right.
You're out. Now batting,
One pitch, one out.
number
Unlike unlike the other games.
No, inside. Ball, that's outside.
And as you see, the High Rollers sporting the star on their uniforms. Strikeouts
Now
of Britain. And here is Nick Hugh Jr. Obviously, Nick Hugh, probably one of the best outfielders this league has seen.
he's out.
And his son here lines out in a 1-2-3 first.
Now batting, play ball left fielder, number 14.
And here's CDC facing Mary Stone.
Strike.
Nasty pitch there. Yeah, the idea with the stars is when you win, you get a star. If you win another one, you get another star.
The shortstop.
So far we have seven of the 24 teams with a star on their jersey. So we're still looking for that team to add that second star. That one's off of the glove of CDC, and ooh, not in time.
The first base.
Now bring
Yeah,
up
that's,
max range.
And with CDC, she doesn't have good fielding on the mound.
No, that's inside.
Only 38.
Steve Ross. Strike.
100 miles an hour on that one. 1-2 the count to max range and fouled off.
Ball.
Ooh, check swing there. And that one's caught by Pujols.
Now batting, the second baseman.
That brings up Becky Foe.
No, that's high. Strike. Ball high.
2-1.
Foul ball.
Fouls that one off to even the count at 2, and this one's hit to center field. I don't even know who your center fielder is anymore. Danny Diamonds. Demons. Danny Demons. Or is it
He's
Diamonds?
I've always said it diamonds. I mean, it probably is demons with how it's spelled, but just for the heck of it, I've always said diamonds.
Yeah, Danny Diamonds. Oh, and a base hit to start the top of the second. So we have our first game, I think, right? Was that the first game of the night that didn't have a run scored in the first?
Number 20.
Did the
Yeah,
last
probably. Yeah, because the Angels scored in the first.
Angels score in the
definitely-
first? Gauchos.
Wildcats scored in the first, so yeah.
So first scoreless first inning
Strike.
of the night comes here in game number 4.
No, inside. Strike three.
Ooh.
Strikeout
Now batting, the first baseman.
brings up Kent Iffy Jr.
Strike.
Big shoes to fill for Kent. He was in the starting lineup last year, but he's replacing Billy O'Connell.
Right, BOC
That's inside.
having a rough offseason, being traded to the Skulls and then traded after a little
There it is.
situation with Botley at
Now batting,
at practice. Gets traded to the ball players. So BOC now back at the ball players. And Ferris Irons has himself the runner in scoring position with one away. And fouled off, not fouled off. Infield fly will be called. And damn Armstrong Hula.
Ball, that's low. Ball, that's inside.
3-1 count to Hula.
Strike.
Swing and a miss. Payoff pitch. The runners will be going and fouled away. Try that again. And this one's up the middle. Becky Foe backhands it. And in time for out number 3. Bombers leave some stranded. Blind Ollie was on the trading block this offseason and
That's up.
ended up not getting traded. And he finds himself a base hit to start season 8.
Now batting. The
And here is the rookie Chicken Tinda.
He's season 7 player.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes.
No, inside. Strike.
Inside there, 2-2 the count to Tinda.
High.
Full count. And off the barrel of the bat, a Dragon special. Not how Tinda wanted to start his major career. And here's Carlito Beltran.
No, that's inside. Foul ball. Strike. Foul. Foul ball.
This one's going to be hit into the gap. That's going to be extra bases for Beltran. Looks like a double as Diamonds gets it in relatively quick. As a
Beltran's been a thorn on our side. Last season, I think she hit she had the hit that tied game 3 up, and then I think she was the run that ended up taking the lead and was how they ended up winning in that game.
Here is G-Baby.
Come on, Cass, gotta get a strikeout here.
And up the middle. Diamonds will chunk it home. The throw will not be in time, and it's a 1-0 game in favor of the High Rollers.
Number 37.
This is Cass's problem throughout her career. She just can't finish off batters sometimes. She lets counts go long and lets them battle back and ends up losing them.
Rocket Rodriguez with a drop, third strike for out number 3. So the High Rollers do get 1. We'll have 9-1 and 2 due up for the Bombers.
Number 25.
And here is Danny Diamonds.
No, inside.
And a strikeout on the outside part of the plate.
The right fielder, number 89.
We've let Boston get locked in. That's not great.
This one's going to be popped up to right.
You're out. Now batting, the second baseman, number 60.
There you go.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 3.
This one hit to right, and that's going to be out number 3. So relatively quick top half of the third. We head to the bottom, and we're at the top of the High Rollers lineup.
No, high.
And Stone strikes out and brings up Wally Woolley.
Oh, got that call back.
Strikeout of exactly, strikeout by CDC. Brings up Max Range with 2 outs.
Ball, that's up.
This one, bomber special into right center. 2 out single for Range.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 4.
Brings up Becky Foe.
He's up.
Headed to the 4th. Pool holes.
Number 55.
Last season's average king. Hoping he can have a similar season here.
That's low.
1-2 count here to Pool holes, and he'll strike out swinging. He's kind of shocked at that one.
Now batting, the designated
Fourth K for Floston.
number 20.
Lexi Luther. A key piece to that Super Series win was Lexi Luther.
Yeah, she went off in the
First baseman.
her Super Series wasn't that great, but her epic conference playoffs was fantastic.
Yeah, the road to the Super Series definitely was led by that of Lexi Luther.
Ooh, that was borderline.
No, inside. You're out.
Hard hit to Becky Foe. We head to the bottom of the 4th.
Now batting, the third
Blind
baseman,
Ollie
number
singled his first time up. And a dribbler.
He's out. Now batting, the designated hitter, number 10.
Here's Chicken Tenda back up. He grounded into a double play his first time. And he falls behind quickly 0-2. And ooh. Goes outside 1-2. Pops it up. Shallow left center. Irons is there for the out.
Now batting,
And that'll bring up Carlita Beltran.
number 36. Ball. No, that's low.
2-0 is the count to Beltran. 2-1.
Ball high.
Just misses 3-1.
Ball 4.
And draws the walk.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 1. Strike. Ball.
Here
that's
is
inside.
G-Baby, a 1-1 count. CDC finds a zone. And that one's, oh, okay, where was that jump? The throw
Why was
from
he-
Rifleman, not in
Why was he
time.
playing so far in?
Yeah,
It looked
not,
like they were playing in there.
yeah, looks like they were. A potential mispositioning by the defense.
No, that's high.
Looked very similar to the jump Billy O'Connell tried to make in that game 3 last year and just came up empty. It was to his inside though.
2-2 the count to Rocket Rodriguez. And a grounder to Britton. No damage done. We head to the 5th. Irons, Hula, and Diamonds.
Gotta get his pitch count up. 52 at
Number 2.
coming into the 6th year, or 5th, excuse me.
That's inside.
Mess around much longer, he's gonna get to on fire.
Foul ball.
1-2 to Irons. Stays alive there. And there's a strikeout Let's see what that did to good old Floston. Still locked in, 5 Ks. And the 4th hit given up by Floston is to Hula.
Now batting, the center fielder, number
And here's Danny Diamonds.
No, that's high.
Boston yet to issue a walk to.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 89. No, inside. Foul. Foul.
1-2, the count to Rifleman. 2 outs, runner at first. Stolen base. Runner in scoring position. 2-2 count to Rifleman. That ball is hit to right field. Back goes Evans at the wall, and it's over the head.
Oh!
Gee,
How did he
baby,
not
Evans. No jump from Jarius. And the Bombers take a 2-1 lead.
The second base.
Second time we've seen that tonight. Donnie JT had one that was basically same position and he didn't jump. Akin to the home run that Rifleman gave up in Game 3 in the playoffs last year. He jumped for it, but he was like 3 feet to the right of it.
The score now 2-1 in favor of the Bombers. And just a reminder, we are having champ versus champ here in the last 2 seasons.
Last 3 champs coming from the Epic. Skulls, Bombers, High Rollers.
And also the whole wild card winning the championship is that was what was that? I think season 4 or season 5 that was no longer a thing.
I think it was... No, it was season 4. The Lumberjacks weren't a wild card that year. I think they were the 2 seed.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 55.
But it also leading up to your Super Series win, it was heroic, epic, heroic, epic. Wait, no, it was heroic, heroic, epic, heroic. It was epic. Yeah, it started to become a trend there after season 2 and on. It was an alternating until you. It was 4 straight of just epic.
Back to 4th.
Yeah, because there was no epic or heroic in season 2. So,
Right.
I mean season 1, excuse me. When conferences came into play, and it was heroic, epic, heroic, epic, epic, epic. So a strikeout by CDC here.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 3. Ball inside.
Oh, no jump there. He must be friends with G Baby.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 89.
I mean, you don't even need to jump for that one. You just need to put your glove up.
I mean, I think same thing with G Baby at that. I think. At that
Yeah,
rate.
I mean, honestly, you're not wrong. Yeah.
Ball outside.
If G Baby just would have reached, he would have been able to catch that one.
Everyone got cement in their shoes or something.
Ball outside.
Oof.
Or like cement in their glove.
Ball 4. Now batting, the
Becky Foe.
baseman,
With 2 aboard. Oh, wow. Early pull.
And we do have the early pull here. Obi-Wan Mahomie faces Becky Foe. 2 runners aboard. And just 1 out. with a 1-run lead. Tying run in scoring position. 1-2. They count to Foe. Strike 3 called. Mahomie gets the strikeout, and that brings up blind Ollie.
Whoa. I'm not used to somehow these balls get fouled off. Don't think they follow physics sometimes.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the physics in this game are not there. And a grounder to Pujols. He'll go to first.
Oh, that throw rainbowed a bit there.
Leisurely throw to first. We head to the 6th. 2-1 Bombers.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Nice jam getting out of there by Mahomie. Doesn't have a whole lot of experience. I don't think he showed up too much last year, so clutch factor from him there.
And the squad has gotten to Floston. He's now over 90 pitches. And that one's gonna get through.
Oh.
So the dribbler finds its way into the outfield for a leadoff single and brings up Kent Iffy Jr. And here's Tipsy Reynolds. And that one's roped.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 2.
So, runner at first and second, nobody out. Ferris irons. Backhanded by Woolley. He goes to second for 1. Will not get the double play. Runners will be at the corners. For Dame Armstrong Hula. Runners going. The throw. Oh my! An
Irons is
absolute cannon.
decently fast, but not that fast. I mean, not with her arm. She's got probably, and she's locked in, so that's probably like a 90 arm there. Just not a really time you really
Oh, and a
needed to
bomber
steal.
special adds another run. Bomber special into right.
Now batting, the center fielder, number
3-1 the score.
Reynolds just with that nasty screwball still.
Oh, there it is. Strikeout ends the 6th. Bombers get another run.
now batting, the
And here is Chicken Tenda.
number 10.
1-2 to Chicken Tenda. Strike 3. And here is Carlita Beltran, who had that absolute cannon. Another strikeout by Mahomie. Brings up G-Baby Concrete Glove Evans. 100 miles an hour there. Locked in is Mahomie. A grounder to short. Irons with the left-handed awkward throw. We head to the 7th. It's a 2-run game. Reynolds
Now batting, the right fielder,
will come out, face Rifleman. And this one's popped up. Will Jarius catch it? He puts his glove up.
the second baseman, number 60.
I mean, that's all he needed to do, like put his glove to his face. If he did that for the home run, like it's a 1-1 ball game.
0-2 count to Britton, and that one's just by the glove of Wally Woolley.
Yeah, one of the big things to note, I think, this year for the High Rollers is that Woolley is going back to his original position, but now a secondary at short to put Foe at second. So both their middle infielders are out of position. So I think that's one thing that's going to hurt the High Rollers this season.
Right, not having that primary position and getting that nerf from using secondary.
Especially in the middle infield.
2 outs for Albert Pujols. Not out of position.
Secondary position. I apologize.
Out of primary, and that's gunned. Oh no!
Oh no!
Britton is out with an inflamed Achilles.
Of course, I traded O'Connell. What is... Or maybe I'm just talking crazy, because I thought Woolley was primary second base. Maybe I'm just misspeaking. Oh no, he's primary shortstop. Okay, I guess I just assumed, because that's where he's played the last 2 or 3 years.
Well, he got moved this offseason to shortstop.
Okay. I need to find the injury sheet, because that's an actual injury that has...
That's a rough one, I think.
Threads.
This one's blooped into left. That's going to get down for a base hit.
Let's see. Oh, that's a tier 3.
The shortstop, number 3.
Ooh, hard hit ball, but foul by Wally Woolley. And they're going to keep her honest at first. Or, yeah, her honest. Ooh, that was a close one.
Maxed out speed versus maxed out arm there, basically.
Full count to Woolley. And that one's going to get through. Runner will stop at third.
Now batting, the first baseman, now pitching.
And here is Lucy Freishak. So runners at the corners. 1 out. 2-run ball game. 2-2 to max range. And a strikeout by Freishak brings up a tense Becky Foe. And okay, that was quick.
Oh my gosh.
She's hurt. Elbow pain by Freishak.
Well, so much for this season.
Oh no. The injury bug has entered the Bombers locker room. And this one's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run comes into score. Runner will head to third and round third. And the throw from Irons not in time, and we have a tie game.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 40.
And looks like they're going to put Blind Ollie on.
Take your base. Now batting, the designated
Chicken Tenda. It's his time to shine if he wants to. 0 for 3 and 10s with a go-ahead run at second, and he will just ground it to Irons. And not a hot day for the DH. And we are even across the board, 3-10-0.
now batting, the designated hitter, number 20.
Top of the 8th. We're playing a 2-inning game. Tinda is overcooked. And this ball is hit into the canyon and off the top of the wall. A leadoff double
The first baseman.
brings up Ken Iffy Jr. Pressure is maxed out. Tipsy Reynolds.
Low. That's high.
2-1 to Iffy. Tough out. 2-2. Almost a pitch out like there.
Foul ball. Take your man.
Oh, check swing. Ball 4.
The shortstop.
So it does put another runner on, and they'll have Tyler Benetti come in to pinch hit.
Ooh, what are they going to do with that defensively? Probably bring Diamonds into short.
And this one's popped up in foul territory, caught by Stone for out number 1.
Now batting, the catcher. Number
Come on, Hula.
78.
Pressure is on, and here is Alyssa Reinford.
No, inside. No, that's high.
Grounder to third. He goes for the tag, and he can't get it.
Now batting, the shortstop. Number
Go ahead, run. 90 feet away. 2 outs for Danny Diamonds. Panic is at an all-time high.
foul ball.
0-2 the count. Reinford throws it in the dirt. Crowder to Ollie, and that will do it for the 8th. Oh,
Lead
the
off
high
double.
rollers. Get out of the jam.
The catcher. Number
Whitney is sweating. Donut Boy is sweating. I'm sweating.
Oh, Tyler Benetti in center field. That's not good.
Tyler Benetti in center field. He's also sweating. Strikeout
now batting.
brings up G Baby Evans. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Kip Armhorn.
Ball high.
He's done it once before, and he won't do it again.
He's out. Now batting, the center fielder. Now batting, number
Vic Turnpike will pinch hit,
A postseason legend.
and he lines this one to center, right at Benetti for out number 3. The 9th inning is here. Has to be the 9th for Armhorn. The 9th inning buff.
right fielder. Number 80.
Here's Hamish,
In the game.
and Colton King will come in.
46.
He'll play catcher. Armhorn's in right, Beltron in center.
Man, what a scorecard from this game would look like.
Oh, no kidding. And popped up in the infield. Becky Foe is underneath.
Out. Now batting, the second baseman.
And our hurt Graham Britton
Batting, number 9.
will be replaced by a Beatrice Tanner.
Now batting, the left fielder. Number 3.
Here's Nick Hugh Jr.
That's down. No, inside. Strike. That's outside. Foul ball. That's ball 4.
And a walk.
Now batting.
Puts a runner on for Albart Pujols. Runner's going, and he's safe. Go ahead, run.
Oh, because it's King now behind the plate.
Yep, if that was Beltron, that's an out.
No, that's low. Ball, that's up.
2-2. the count to Pujols. Broken bat. And he strikes out looking to end the top of the ninth. They strand the runner at second. And Mary Stone leads it off for the High Rollers. Beatrice Tanner now at second base. 101 miles an hour from Smitty Werber Ben Jagerman Jensen.
Jagerman Jensen.
Yeah, that guy. One out, Wally Woolley.
No, inside. Ball outside.
2-2 the count to Woolley. And a slow roller. Iffy Jr. flips it to Jagerman Jensen.
Number 89.
He is number 1.
Ball, that's low.
And Max Range hits this one into the gap. That'll be extra bases. Max Range will be sat at second. 2 outs for Becky Foe, who is now back up to neutral. This ball's hit high to the moon. And we're headed to the first extra inning game of season 8. Everything's happening here on opening day.
That truly was to the moon.
The designated hitter, number 20.
Slowly approaching 3 hours.
We're at 2 hours, 56 minutes.
Now batting the
Kent Iffy Jr.
number 42.
as a runner at first. He's 2 for 3. Pressure for Rainford will start to get worse and worse with every pitch. She falls behind. Grounder to Foe. Flips it to Woolley. Woolley in time for the Dragons special. And it brings up Benetti. Pressure now down to just 3.
No, that's high. Foul. Ball outside. Foul ball.
This one's hit to left. Stone catches it on the run, and we head to the bottom of the 10th. Ali, Tinda, Beltran.
The third baseman, number 40. Foul ball. Foul. Foul ball. Outside.
1-2 to Ali.
He's out.
He lines it to first
Now batting, the designated hitter,
for out number 1.
number 10.
And Tinda is having the roughest starts of his major league career. One pitch,
Now batting, the
pops it up.
Do the High Rollers have any more bench players? Because King came in, Turnpike pinched hit, and
Ar-
then
Kip Armhorn.
Ormhorn did as well.
That ball's hit high. It's hit deep at the wall, and it's
Oh,
out of here.
Frickin' Beltran. Holy crap.
Beltran walks it off to end day 1. High Rollers win it in 10. What a game. After all of those first 3 games, We get ourselves a walk-off victory. Wow. Beltran, 2 for 4 with the home run. Hello, Aggie. Welcome. What a game. Reinford was 2 2/3. Gave him just 1 hit, walked 1, struck out 1. And the High Rollers, the defending champions, start their season off with a wild victory at home. That's gonna do it. 3 hours in for this stream to start off season 1. Thanks for everyone who tuned in. Some insane scores. This season is gonna be wild. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Whitney's on the call. You guys have a great night.